Hey guys, former film student back with another episode of 31 Nights, 31 Frights, the series where I review a different horror film every day of October. I drank a couple of White Claws in preparation for watching the new Borat film, so if my thoughts are a little incoherent, that's the reason. Anyway, I'm gonna review Cloverfield because my friend suggested it, and you know what? I really like Cloverfield. Anyway, Cloverfield was released in 2008 and directed by Matt Reeves. The film essentially is a monster movie like Godzilla, but done in the style of found footage. I don't really like found footage movies. They often come across as lazy and cheap ways to make movies, but I do really like a couple of them, and Cloverfield is one of those movies. I don't think this is a super Halloween-y movie, and there's probably a lot of other horror films that are better to watch during October, but I'm tipsy enough, so here we are. I really like Cloverfield. I think combining a kaiju monster movie with a found footage style is really smart and clever, and the execution is great. It can be a bit annoying at times, especially with TJ Miller's character being the primary cameraman for a majority of the film, and 60% of his dialogue just being him yelling and screaming. However, I still really enjoy a lot about this movie. It's fairly short, being a little over an hour and 20 minutes long, and honestly doesn't waste much time. The film begins with a couple clips of two characters having a nice day after a nice little bit of sexy time, followed by a party for one of the main characters moving to Japan for his job, and within 15 minutes we're already in the monster mayhem as we get an excellent scene showcasing the beginning of the attack. Obviously, one of the most iconic scenes in the film is seeing the head of the Statue of Liberty be thrown through the streets of New York, and man, oh man, is it ever awesome inside the film. Then, for the next hour, we're treated to our characters making their way through New York as a giant monster destroys building after building. This is a very unique film. As mentioned, the concept of taking a film like this that we've seen before with dozens of different Godzilla films and combining it with a found footage style film is really brilliant. It really puts us in the shoes of the characters and allows us to experience the event firsthand. What I dislike about so many found footage movies is that the decision to make it found footage adds nothing to the experience. I'm often left feeling as if the film would have been improved if they just shot it like a normal movie. But Cloverfield is one of the few exceptions where I feel like it actually improves the experience. The characters and acting aren't really all that amazing, but you're given enough reason to care about the characters as to whether or not just cardboard cutouts that you're looking forward to seeing die. The decision to sort of hide the look of the monster for a majority of the film is brilliant, whereas a film like 2014's Godzilla, it felt kind of pointless because everyone and their mother knows what Godzilla looks like. But in a movie like this, a completely independent property in a film where the audience doesn't know what the monster looks like, choosing to mask and hide what it looks like for a majority of the film, and only showing small glimpses throughout the movie really builds the tension, and when it finally does show the monster in all its glory, it's a real treat for the audience. All in all, Cloverfield isn't one of the greatest horror films ever made, but it's a really fun, short, and efficient found footage horror film that doesn't waste time trying to build characters that you know are just going to end up dead. Instead, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes of exhilarating action, and honestly, despite not finding this film very scary, the sequence where the characters are traveling in the subways of New York is really well executed and honestly gets under my skin every time I watch it. Cloverfield is not amazing, and it's not what I'd consider an amazing horror film, but it's a really fun and brilliantly conceived found footage sci-fi horror film. And I didn't even mention the brilliant marketing campaign. The decision to not even release the name of the film in the initial debut trailer, as well as having several websites that allowed curious moviegoers to investigate and discover secrets about the film before its release, is something that in today's day and age just simply couldn't exist with modern internet culture. All in all, this is a really fun movie that I highly recommend. I'm not sure if it's streaming on any current services, but regardless, check it out if you can. As always, if you liked this video, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to me if you want to hear more from me. Make sure to click the little bell notification so you do get notified when I post new videos, and I will see you guys on the next episode.